So anyway, it's a privilege to be with all of you, and an honor, especially this year, to speak to all these red-shirted people. You could say that this TACSC Leadership Conference is what Martin Luther King said about church could well be said about your 5 days here together. It's not the place you've come to, it is the place you go from. And you go from this place with a renewed vision. You want the world to look differently than it currently looks. Your Majis project is not just a specific solo project, it's about advancing love in the world and hoping that the world will be different because you have chosen to be a certain way in the world. The prophet Habakkuk writes, "The vision still has its time, presses on to fulfillment, and it will not disappoint. And if it delays, wait for it." What my sense of you guys already is that none of you want to wait con los brazos cruzados and staring at your feet and looking at your watches. You want to make something happen. And here's what I suggest for you today, that the common task of all of us really is to create a community of kinship such that God, in fact, might recognize it. Mother Teresa diagnosed the world's ills correctly, I think, when she suggested that the problem in the world is that we've just forgotten that we belong to each other. So how do we stand against forgetting that? How do you go back to your communities and your schools and pronounce and proclaim a message of unity? No us and them, just us. That kinship is the goal, and if that were the goal, then I suspect we would no longer be promoting justice, we'd be celebrating it. That's the way it works. No kinship, no justice. No kinship, no peace. And so together, what you've decided to do by being here these 5 days and part of this task dynamic and process is you want to imagine a circle of compassion, and then you want to imagine nobody standing outside that circle. And to that end, all of us, especially in your Majis projects, you want to stand with those who are poor and powerless and voiceless. You want to stand with those whose dignity has been denied and with those whose burdens are more than they can bear. You want to stand, when you're really lucky and fortunate enough, to stand with the easily despised and the readily left out, with the demonized so that the demonizing will stop, and with the disposable so that the day will come when we stop throwing people away. That's your goal, a sense of kinship, that we're in this together.